to today's edition of Editorial Broadcast from Canada. My name is Sandra Asante. Today we're drawing concerns on the announcement of the Ministry of Health in Eritrea concerning the COVID-19 cases, as well as the running out of the emergency food aid in Tigray. So don't go anywhere, I'll be back after the break. You're welcome back from the break. We'll start off with the emergency food running out in Ethiopia's Tigray region. For the first time in 9 months of war in Ethiopia's Tigray region, aid workers will run out of food this week to deliver to millions of people who are going hungry. The head of the U.S. government humanitarian agency said, blaming the government for restricting access. U.S. aid and its partners, as well as other humanitarian organizations, have depleted their stores of food items warehoused in Tigray. Samantha Powers, the head of the U.S. Agency for International Development, USAID, said in a statement late Thursday, people in Tigray are starving up to 900,000 in famine conditions and more than 5 million in desperate need of humanitarian assistance, Powers said. This shortage is not because food is unavailable, but because the Ethiopian government is obstructing humanitarian aid and personnel, including convoys and air access. War broke out in November between Ethiopia troops and the Tigray People's Liberation Front, TPLF, which controls the region. The conflict has killed thousands and sparked a humanitarian crisis in one of the world's poorest regions. Berlini Soyom, spokesperson for Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, did not respond to a request for comment at the news conference on Friday. She did not refer to Powers' statement but dismissed allegations that the Ethiopian government is purposely blocking humanitarian assistance, saying the government is concerned about security. It is important to really address this continuous rhetoric because that is not the case. That is what Beleni said. Security is first and foremost a priority that cannot be compromised. It is a volatile area, so in that regard, there is good to be continuous checks and processes. His truth and security over aid. Wow. On Thursday, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres called for an immediate ceasefire and unrestricted aid access in Tigray. The UN warned last month that more than 100,000 children in Tigray could die of the hunger. Powers' statement said that 100 trucks carrying food and life-saving supplies need to be arrived each day in Tigray to meet the humanitarian need there. As a few days ago, only about 320 trucks have arrived, less than 7% of what is required, it said. Across all sectors, available aid supply in Tigray are extremely depleted. The humanitarian operations may be forced to cease if more aid envoys do not arrive imminently. Saviano Abreu, spokesperson for UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Access, OCHA, told Reuters on Friday, Ethiopian government declared a unilateral ceasefire in June after Tigrayan forces recaptured the regional capital Mekelle and retook most of the region. The Tigrayan forces dismissed this as a joke and issued preconditions for truce talks. Now let's look at the rising COVID cases in Eritrea. 3 patients have been diagnosed positive for COVID-19 in tests carried out today at quarantine centers in the central Gashbaka and Aseba regions. Out of these, 1 patient is from a quarantine center in Asmara Central region. 1 patient from a quarantine center in Germaika Gashbalka region. The last patient is from quarantine center in Aditekes Lezan Aseba region. On the other hand, 5 patients who have been receiving medical treatment in hospitals in the central region have recovered fully and have been discharged from these facilities. The total number of recovered patients has accordingly risen to 6,500. 565, while the number of deaths stands at 37. The total of confirmed cases in the country to date has increased to 6,623. We hope more cases wouldn't drop out, but this is where I end today's editorials. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Sandra Asante. Do have a blessed day.